This guide will cover the interactive. And in fact, it is a connecting link between two mods, Valkyrien Sky and Keith, turning all glued movable structures from Mod K into designs from Valkyrien Sky fashion, which will allow you to create more complex mechanisms with movable structures. I note that at the moment the mod is in beta and will probably be actively developed, and perhaps my guide will become outdated, because everything can change quickly, but there is already something to tell about it. To begin with, let's talk about trains. The process of their creation has not changed, but now it is a construction from Valkyrien Sky. After the final assembly of the train, you can add it to any blocks, absolutely at any time. You don't even have to come to the station and disassemble it again. And yet you don't even waste glue. It seems to me that this moment is cheating, and it needs to be worked out. But at the same time, most of the mechanisms, even from other mods, will work on the train. Also, the train can now derail if they run out and continue moving in a given direction, because it has a residual momentum. And in order to prevent trains from getting into such emergency situations, a new block was added: Train Buffer Stop. In fact, this is a barrier that your train will not be able to overcome, and thereby derail, marking the place of its stop. And of course, train collisions will now be realistic, because each train has its own collision. Therefore, the train can push other trains. This only works if one of the trains has had an accident and the other is in normal condition. And now let's talk about the unpleasant ones. The seats are not working properly. If you sit on them, you will not be able to control the train, but this is not critical. The train will not leave you, even if you are moving at high speed, and at the same time you are standing and not sitting on the seat. And another sad fact is that the train drivers in the form of burners will not work, because they are not considered a block, but the drivers in the form of mobs who sit on the seats work fine. All this is due to the fact that now the train is a construction from Valkyrien Sky, and it is formally where it is far away, and what we see now is only a projection of it. Therefore, the following message is displayed to us that the driver is lost. Also, this mod adds its own new kind of bearings, which are very similar to the mechanical rotator from the Crete mod. But these bearings have one difference. They can transmit rotation through themselves. And now you will be able to connect various mechanisms from the Crete mod on glued structures, but also interesting facts. Now there are two ways to create movable structures. The first one is when you pre-glue it, and then you push it or rotate it. And the second way, which will save a lot of glue. You make only one block mobile, and at the same time, all this will move with us at a low speed. And you start to finish building the structure, starting with this block, while you do not waste glue. But if you accidentally disable the rotation and restart it again, then you will find that you have only one block moving, as it was in the beginning. This is the main drawback, but it can be easily corrected if you turn on the third mode of operation of the following mechanisms, which will allow the structures to remain in an intermediate state until the support is destroyed. And on this, we will say goodbye, friends. I hope you liked the video and it was interesting. If I have free time, I will shoot some more videos on this fashion, and I advise you to subscribe to my channel, because I have a lot of interesting videos on Minecraft.